Let's face it, mornings can be hectic, and the last thing that you need to think about is what needs to get done. So let's talk about how to make your morning routine super mindless and super efficient so that you can stay on track with your fitness goals. But before we get into all that great stuff, I'm going to say it. Head over to talktoperry.com because I want to hear what goals you're working on, what's been a struggle for you, so that I can help you really navigate the best direction where you're going to get the biggest results from, because it is all about keeping that mental and physical battery charged, fully charged, so that you can reclaim your power. We do that in 15 minutes. Talktoperry.com. And I also want to welcome you to another Power Blast podcast where we provide nourishment for the soul, allowing you to transform from the inside out, providing rapid results in mindset and fitness so that you can recharge that battery of yours and reclaim your power. So I've been thinking about just these morning routines. And I've talked to so many people that they start their day kind of in chaos. They won't call it that. They'll just say, I've got a lot to do. A lot of things got to fall into place. And if something doesn't fall directly into place, there it ends up being kind of this little domino effect of stress, worry, doubt, anger, you name it, throughout the day, especially to begin the day. And then it carries on. So I'm going to share with you some tips, and I'm going to guess that some of the tips I share with you today will be one of those where you're like, oh, I know that already. Those are some dangerous words to just say, I know that already, and you're not implementing them. And they're not making your life simpler, because I want to help you keep things super simple. The simpler they are, even though they may seem like something you could easily dismiss, the easier they are going to be to implement, and you're going to get the results, and you're going to free up that chaotic day of yours. So one thing is you can set yourself up the night before so that you can get up without overthinking. And I get it. Sometimes we get to that nighttime and we want to chill out. We want to relax. We want to, just kind of, I'll worry about that in the morning. And we kind of procrastinate things thinking I will have more time. I will be more focused. I will be more energetic. And we procrastinate that moment thinking. But when that moment happens, then we're in a scramble. So one thing I started realizing as I got going with my fitness journey and realizing I was hitting obstacle after obstacle that was trying to take me off track, I kind of sat back and went, okay, where are these little escape hatches that I've been looking for, probably subconsciously, to get out of my exercise? Or where have I been self-sabotaging? And I really started to just get radically honest with myself on some of these things. And I'm like, I can create a system for that. Some of these you need to habit stack on these, while you're doing one thing that you always do, let's say brushing your teeth or something like that, you could be doing something else at the same time. And so, maybe it's a fitness routine, but maybe it is, packing a lunch, getting your water bottle ready, just setting up things so automatic that make your mornings smoother. So here's just a couple of things that I ended up doing that, hopefully these tips will help you. I would use Sundays to meal prep. And I'm a very habitual lunch eater. The way, I have lunch, I don't need a lot of variety. I don't have, I stopped locking myself into stories and saying, well, I got to have all this variety. I got to have all this stuff. Lunch, I wanted to make seamless. And I wanted to have snacks. I had an hour drive, so I was probably going to munch on something in the car. And I just realized in the morning, I'm trying to scramble to get this. What am I going to eat today? What am I going to do today? You know what? I'm like, you know what? If I just start meal prepping and I will make 5 easy grab and go meals, and I would batch, grill up some chicken, batch vegetables, and all of a sudden I've got 5 relatively similar lunches and stuff like that. But every morning, grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. It was not, what am I going to have today? What am I going to do this? And overthinking it and then feeling like I'm in a scramble and got to go. No, I did that on Sunday. I got it all lined up every day. It was easy. So you could do this just the night before. That's fine. But That's just one of the things. Another one is having a water bottle ready to go. I mean, not only reminds you to stay hydrated throughout the day, but you can take that with you. I have water bottles strategically placed all over the place. As a matter of fact, speaking of habit stacking, I have a friend who, so she could remind herself to drink water every day, she got this really cool water bottle, and she has it right next to something that brings her joy and makes her smile, and it's a little empowering quote and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, no, I'm lifting myself up and I'm hydrating. It was just some of those things, some of those little systems. Nothing super complicated. Another one is laying out your workout clothes the night before, you're going to exercise, if you're exercising in the morning. And that's one of the other things that I got radically honest with, is realizing that I was trying to tell myself I'm not a morning person. I could never work out in the morning. And then if I lived up to that, well, then I wouldn't have to deal with it. But then I was always trying to squeeze it in throughout the day. Once I decided, I'm going to challenge this over the next 30 days, I'm a morning person. I exercise in the morning. Now, I didn't, there was a riptide to get through there. It's like it wasn't always just easy, but it's now my morning ritual. Even though I do not have to get up and drive an hour, I am totally in control of my schedule now. I still get up. I'm hitting the gym at 6:30 in the morning, waking up at 5:30. Wow. I mean, it's been years since I've had I work for somebody else. So you start looking at where are the things that you're overthinking and taking time, make your morning routine easier. It's a big energy charge, and that's why I tell people, hey, jump over to talktoperry.com and let's chat, because I want to help you get through the things that you're working through. And a lot of times when you're just talking it out with somebody that's been there, that's done that, that's gone through and created strategies, it can help you streamline the things and help you reach the goals that you're wanting. So that's over at talktoperry.com. And I call it, I just know that so many of us, we bounce from thing to thing to thing like we are a 6-year-old smartphone with 2% battery life and no charger in sight. And I want to help you elevate that battery, recharge that battery. How would your life look different if your battery was running at 100% every single day instead of scrambling around at 2%? Wow. Anyway, I want to help you with just some simple habits here on this podcast. That's where I was coming from, to make your morning routine feel less rushed and make things more productive. Now, you're going to have to test these things out for you. It's real easy in logic to say, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And you kind of dabble in it and then get sidetracked. You start creating systems and set it up. Commit for the next 30 days on this, not just, I'm just going to test this out over the next couple days, because it won't take long for you to get sidetracked. Life is so full of distractions, and it becomes oh yeah, that was a really good idea. I was going to do one of these days. No, it's about making things easy and really automatic so that you can focus on what really matters. And by making the small adjustments, you can create a morning routine, because you win the morning, win the day, right? It sets you up for a successful day. It's amazing how just a little preparation, it can lead to big changes, whether you're starting the night before or using Sunday meal prep or whatever it is to get ready for tomorrow. Whatever you can systematize and simplify, you're going to notice, wow, I got a big way to, this is really, really great. I'm more likely to stick with my goals now. Here's to a smoother way to starting each day. But just know, you can choose to use your power and take control, or you can let rationalization, overthinking, negotiating with yourself control you and drain your power. It really boils down to deciding and committing to yourself and your goals, and choosing to figure out new ways, looking at possibilities, learning, growing, and keep moving forward. You've got this, my friend. I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. Drop those down in the comments. I promise I will respond to those. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day, I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there. Plus, I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff. And we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find this show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.